I found this really great app called Fulcrumapp. And what this does is it allows you to create your own checklists and forms and deploy those on mobile devices so you can do data capture. The resulting data can be interfaced to other core systems, particularly ERP, but any other systems you like. So it's entirely interactive with the rest of the world. Let's take a look first of all at how simple it is to create your own app. Clicking on the New App button brings us into a new screen, which is a drag and drop forms designer. We'll give our app a name, field checklist, and say that this is, for example, checklist for equipment. And then what we do is drag and drop relevant fields. So for example, I'm going to create myself a text field. When you drag and drop, it gives you the chance to start defining the field itself. I'll just give it a description, and then I want to know whether it is chargeable work or not. So this is actually, first of all, has a check been performed at all? It's a straight yes, no question, but we're going to make it a required field. Next, what I want to do is specify the quantity of hours worked. So this is a numeric field, and let's say this is chargeable hours. That are chargeable. You can give it any kind of description you want, but that is a description that then becomes available to the user when they click on information about the field. I'm also going to specify a minimum and maximum value. So the minimum number of hours is 1, maximum is 12 in any shift. So anything outside of those numbers will be rejected by the system. It's a validation. We're going to create a multiple choice question. And in this case, we will say this is overview and overview of work. And we're going to specify the results as all okay, minor issues, arrange tech visit. So those are all the options and the only available options, except that we're also allowing an other option as well. Entirely down to checkbox, we'll allow other in this particular case. We'll want the date on all of this, and let's start already getting getting clever on what else we're going to capture. We want to capture some photos. Photos of equipment. And then we will close this out with a customer signature to confirm customer confirmation of work. All right, so that's a nice basic app, and in this case we will simply save and exit. Once that's done, that's a form that's available to any mobile device. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at my iPhone actually reflected onto this screen so that I could record it. And we're going to go into Fulcrum, and from within Fulcrum I've got a number of checklists in here, but in this case I'm going to hit the synchronization button at the top right, and that synchronizes both data and the application itself. So that has now created the application that we were working on. So if I want to go into the field checklist that we were working on and click on plus, we can now start to see what the form that we created looks like. We wanted a job description, so maybe this was equipment check. We want a yes/no answer, so I click on yes. The chargeable hours was a quantity, so we'll say it was 2 hours. The overview gives us 3 choices, and in this case I'll say that all was okay. And the date gives us a traditional spinner to choose the date of work done. And then we want to indicate what kind of photos we have. I'm going to take a photo directly from the cell phone. Now you can create an infinite loop by looking at picture on picture. And there's my picture of the equipment that was worked on, and then I can go down and sign for the business. So that's the basics of the checklist. You'll notice that also there's a pin that's been dropped on the address and location where we're actually doing the work. If I synchronize, that's now going to be synchronized with the data back to the server, which is also visible from the desktop. Back on the desktop, I want to carry on and advance this app. So I'm going to go in and actually edit the app, and I want to add a couple of media. So I want to add the ability to have video clips and also to have an audio clip. And let's keep this really simple. Let's save that. So we'll go back to our iPhone at this point and synchronize again. And if we then click on the checklist, you'll notice that we've got the capacity to store videos and audio as well. Audio will then check on the microphone and allow me to record a note on the type of work that I'm doing. And video, there's no great surprise on what this is going to do. Is it can start recording some video. If you enjoyed this presentation, please go on to the next one, which will cover design features and also the more advanced field types within Fulcrum. And feel free to check us out at topprioritysystems.com and all the usual social stuff of liking the channel and the video itself, and please do subscribe.